Hey everybody, Hoshana Rabba Sameach. Here we are. I've got my aravot, my willow branches. And today in Hoshana Rabba davening, we celebrated the arava. We lifted it up, we celebrated it, we prayed with it. We had many bunches of them. And it's the last day we took the lulav together, all the four species. And you might be wondering, why would we lift up and celebrate the arava? If we're going to celebrate any of the four species today, why not celebrate the amazing etrog, which our sages teach us with its good smell and good taste represents someone who has good deeds and good Torah learning, right? The complete Jew. Or why do we celebrate the lulav, which is tall and has the good taste, the date taste, and it's proud, the taste representing Torah learning, but not good deeds? Why do we celebrate that? Or why do we celebrate the hadas, which has the good smell, doesn't have good taste, but has a good smell, which represents Torah learning. Which represents good deeds. Why don't we celebrate that? Why do we celebrate the arava, which has neither taste nor smell, which represents neither good deeds nor Torah learning? Why would this be the one that on this last day of taking lulav, we lift it up and wave it around and celebrate it? So I want to suggest that the secret to the arava is connected to the word arev, which is its shoresh, its root. And the word arev means sweet. So the arava, though it's very humble, it has no good deeds, it has no mitzvot, no Torah learning to speak of, it hasn't learned all of Shas, it's not the amazing coordinator of all the chesed events in town, it's just a humble Jew who doesn't have anything amazing to speak of, yet it is perhaps the sweetest. How is it the sweetest? How could the arava be the sweetest? Well, when we come forward in our humility, when we come before God, we come to our community, and we say, you know what? I don't have all of this, amazing Torah learning under my belt. I don't have the capacity to do hundreds of mitzvot every single day. I'm humble. I just have me. I'm just coming here. I'm here, and I want to be a part of it. That's the sweetest. That might be the sweetest way to serve God. That might be the sweetest way to be in community. That's the holiest thing. I think a lot of us might be feeling humbled like the arava. We might be feeling a little bit knocked down, at least religiously, spiritually, than where we were maybe 6 months ago. Maybe we haven't had the time or the energy or the focus to do the learning we thought we'd want to do. Maybe we haven't had the time, the energy, the time in our schedule to do the kind of chesed activities we want to do. We've been so focused on just trying to stay on top of our lives and maybe our children's lives or just kind of keeping things going. We might feel a little bit like the arava. We might feel like we're coming into this last season of Yom Tov with no great deeds to speak of, no great learning to speak of. We might be feeling a little bit down, like, oh man, the holidays happened and, the Chagim, like, I didn't really able to connect in the way I'd like to connect, or I really miss certain things. I don't feel so spiritually connected like I'd like to do. We may be feeling those feelings. Those are very normal and logical and acceptable feelings. That's where we're at. Those are arava feelings. But know that the arava, from those feelings, from that humility, comes the greatest potential, I believe, to serve God, the sweetest potential to serve God. If we come humble, brokenhearted, this is where we're at, but we want to be a part of it, we want to be part of the bunch, that can take us to great, great spiritual heights. So I want to encourage everybody this last days of Yom Tov to find a way in your humility, or if you have great deeds and great Torah, with that, to really come together and to serve Hashem, to come together safely. Of course, so important that we are safe and responsible in these last days of Yom Tov. It's so important for our health. It's so important for the vulnerable members of our community. It's so important to keep our schools and our shuls open, that we do not have a super spreading event to Simchas Torah. Really critical. That's why with every single thing that we are doing at the shul, we are toning it down. We are doing it safely with masks, of course, required anywhere on the premises, with registration required for all events, with social distancing required for all events of 6 feet. Right? We are really working hard to keep it safe, to find a way that we can be together humbly like the arava, not with tons of tall pride like the lulav, not with flashiness like the etrog, but just humbly like the arava, to come together safely and humbly so we can enjoy and be together. And if you don't feel comfortable coming together, that's also just fine. Join us on the Zoom Yisker today at 2. Find a way. We sent out a guide for davening at home Offer your humble prayers. Think of yourself as the humble Arava. Know that even if you don't have all the understanding, all the mitzvot, all the yeshiva learning that you wish you did, you are sweet. You are sweet in the eyes of God. Your humility is sweet in the eyes of God. So be humble like the Arava, stay low, stay focused, and know that from that lowness and that humility, you can reach the sweetest heights. That's my blessing to each and every one of us on this Leil Shmini Atzeret, Leil Shabbat. I want to wish everyone a healthy and good and meaningful last days of Yantiv. Just we should really find simcha in our own ways, simcha in the Torah, simcha in learning Torah, simcha in our davening, simcha in the last hours of being in the sukkah. Just find that simcha, connect to it, and be humble and be safe and have a Shana Tova.